All right, welcome everyone. This is another edition of Scott Talks, and today we have a very great special guest with us, Andrew Wells, who is providing InvestMI and the M3 Group with a very, very valuable product that is exclusive only to us at M3. Is that right, Andrew?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're the newest member of the family. We joined, M3 acquired us back in June last year. So
Right.
it's been about 9 months.
Yeah, wonderful. And I mean, we had a wonderful introduction through Cam. I think at the beginning, people were, still in the Zoom age and still in the COVID stages where, people were watching these videos, but not fully comprehending how this product would work and how it could work for each broker. So today, essentially, Andrew, as we discussed, I just want you to go over the details of how this would work for, say, either a new broker coming on board, an established broker already with our industry, and to see how we can integrate this product more and utilize it to its fullest extent. So I'll let you take it away, Andrew, and thanks very much for coming on.
No, absolutely, Scott. And thank you for that warm introduction. I really appreciate it. So first, what I always like to do is to set the table for what it is that we do at Pinch, and specifically what our platform does and also what it doesn't do. So what we are at Pinch is a technology company that provides a platform to what we like to call a number of ancillary sources. So those ancillary sources can include mortgage brokers, obviously, real estate companies, property developers, challenger banks, credit unions, big five banks, you name it. So we're a technology company that provides a platform that enables those sources to automate their mortgage qualification processes. Specifically, what it does is it automates the verification of a borrower's information. So identity, income, assets, liability, source down payment, creditworthiness, property appraisal, and a number of other data points are verified when a borrower applies online. And from that, we're able to calculate TDS, GDS, loan to value, FICO, net worth, any sort of consideration for both rate and product, as well as underwriting. So to the consumer, we can give them a true and full indication of their qualification in about 10 to 12 minutes, depending on their proficiency of technology. But that's not the core use case. The core use case is actually to the mortgage sales professional. And the value prop there is when they receive an application or a deal from Pinch, they are receiving a completed app. So not just contact information, not just sort of like a flimsy lead, but a pre-filled, completed, and verified mortgage application. And so we provide that application branded in the experience of that brokerage. So to the consumer, it is being provided by brokerage ABC, not by Pinch. We do not appear anywhere, and we do not own the customer. The broker owns the customer. We are simply providing a point of sale platform that allows the customer to go from maybe a referral source, maybe a website, maybe a social media channel, maybe even just an email invitation, to go from one of those sources into becoming a qualified and completed mortgage application in that 10 to 12 minute range. So it's not about sort of doing the work of a broker, it's about augmenting what the broker does. It's about saving them the time of collecting and verifying information so that they can focus on relationship management and allowing the platform to do all of that heavy lifting for them. And by doing so, it allows them to operate at a much greater scale, because now they can take applications in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and have them pre-fill whatever platform they're on, whether it be Boss, whether it be Filogix, whatever the case may be. When they sign into their platform, they will see totally completed applications waiting for them to action. And so it's about becoming not only more efficient, but more engaged. Because when you are talking to customers, you're talking about the things that matter, not asking them, for their last T4 or to send you a bank statement, or can you give me your address before your current address? All of that is resolved in advance. So you're really just talking about the things that matter to the customer, which is fulfilling the transaction. So sorry, Scott, that was a lot of information. I'm happy to unpack it further.
No, yeah, well, please do. But I just wanted to say, it's stuff like that, that the automation of this industry is actually so important to what we have to do to grow going forward. And I know there's a lot of reluctancy in how tech is building in this industry. And to hear about something that is as simply put as it is, it's really it's easier for me to understand exactly how this could benefit each one of our agents. But yeah, if you could break it down a little further and unpack it a little bit, like you said, I think that would be wonderful for the viewers that will be looking at this video.
Yeah, and to your point, when I discuss it in calls like this, it comes off as a relatively simple, straightforward process. But what's happening in the background is years of engineering work and development and data science that has gone into building out that automated piece. And so we've been in market for a few years and in production for, oh my goodness, maybe 4 or 5 years. So we've been around. We're coast to coast at this point. We've got brokers in BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Atlantic Canada, Newfoundland using our product. We have the country's largest real estate brokerages and national parent companies using our product. We're adding new and exciting channels all the time. So we've been around and we've been doing the work for a long time. And that's what allows us to have as much faith and competency in what it is that we're doing. To unpack it further, those layers of data verification that we do are through a series of data sources. So for example, integrating with online banking to get 12 months of deposit history and modeling that out for both gross and net income at the time of application, as well as modeling out any sort of tax documentation or any sort of forgive me while I decline this call.
No worries.
The problem of syncing your computer to your phone is you can never silence a call. And so what I was saying is all of that information comes from a number of data sources, whether it be online banking, whether it be Equifax, whether it be a series of our property data service providers. So it's about aggregating the data from those sources, but what we do is the logic that runs on top of it. So that is what differentiates Pinch, as well as our integration with the services that everybody's using, like Boss, for example. So in the hand in glove relationship that exists there, when Boss updates, Pinch updates, and vice versa. And so that allows us to constantly provide an iterated and improved product on a bi-weekly basis. So we've had great feedback so far. Post-acquisition, as I said, we're 9 months in. There's dozens of brokerages in the M3 group on our platform today. We've got dozens more in our pipeline, and I'm apologetic to them if they're watching this, that we haven't delivered the product to them yet. It's coming. It's just a matter of working through our backlog. And yeah, if anybody is interested, obviously reach out to Scott, but as well, reach out to me directly and I can connect Scott into those conversations as well. We're always happy to answer questions.
Wonderful. I mean, I'd love to off the camera here later on. I mean, I would even like to get some testimonials of some of the brokers that are working in certain different areas, because I mean, the product itself has got so many different uses that I think would be fantastic for all our brokers, but it's also nice to hear from some of the people that are already using it. So we'll talk about that another time though, Andrew. I appreciate it. Another thing we're going to be doing, guys, as well as we're going to be setting up demos and stuff for the individual brokerages that I will be coming back to after this call. It's going to be, this is more of just an introductory of what this does and how it can help you in the business. But on top of that too, there is, like Andrew said, there's a wonderful dashboard. There's wonderful optics that come with this program that will show you that it's the ease of use that you're all looking for. And again, we can all use this, especially in this year where it is becoming harder and harder to find leads, to find quality leads, and to continue your business without just doing refinances. So, I mean, one thing I'm just wanted to ask Andrew, and this is just kind of an opinion. As a new broker, what do you think the best aspects of it coming in from, say, a bank? What do you think the best aspects of your program are for those people? And then vice versa, what do you think an established broker who's saying to themselves, well, I don't really need any more options right now, but this is something that they have to realize that it is a necessity in some times of the year. So let me hear your thoughts.
So I'll take them one and then the next. So if you're a new broker, there's obviously a multitude of ways you'd benefit from a platform like ours. But if I had to sort of put my finger down on the one, it's experience. And so you're building a book, you're building your business.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, we build the product for you to give to your customers. And so we are enabling you to sort of be a hero to your customers in providing them this very sort of forward-thinking, cutting-edge digital. I'm going to decline one more time before it rings. There we go. Forgive me.
Pretty quick.
Of course, right? So yeah, that time I was a little bit faster to it. What I was saying is it enables you to sort of put yourselves forward versus others in terms of the value you provide your customers. Now they can apply from home. Now you can see them in all stages of their application. As you said, we'll show everybody the dashboard in a demo, but you can see all applications, what we call in flight. So from the point of origin all the way through to funding, you can see where your customer is online and can engage them if they need help. So that is a sort of awareness of what your customer is doing that is lacking elsewhere. So it just provides a way to engage customers that is what I would call relevant in 2022. You kicked off the call by talking about how in the Zoom age and the pandemic has focused us all on doing things digitally and so forth, so on. I would be lying to say that the pandemic was not really, it really helped our business in that it showed people the need for flexibility in where things get done. So we're having this call today over a Zoom call, but everybody now is doing all parts of their lives in a mix of in person, but also virtually. And our platform is the virtual component of the mortgage application. And so, you can choose not to use Pinch, that's fine, but you better be offering some virtual piece to your customers. And if you don't have one today, Pinch is branded as yours. So that is, I think, the most valuable thing that a new broker building a business can begin to use. For your established, very sort of on their way, brokerages that are already on their way or have already reached a sort of level of success and are now looking at ways to add to that success or to solidify it, it's not about necessarily creating that experience. It's about opening new channels. And so to your point, Scott, one thing that we've been getting a lot of in the last 3 months or so is very large brokerages who have centers of influence in their communities. So they have the local RE/MAX relationship. They have the local Century 21, the local Royal LePage team, whatever the case may be. They've had a 20-year relationship with that office, and they're trying to figure out how to get more deals there because they know they're missing market share.
Yeah.
They know that the agents of that office are referring people to RBC or to TD, despite the fact that they're in the office every Monday giving a sort of market talk. Those teams are engaging Pinch for those customers, and those real estate brands are adopting our tech for the brokerage. So what that means is on the website of the RE/MAX team, there is now a mortgage application powered by that brokerage. So now they're providing their COIs with an entirely new service add. They're making their websites more dynamic, they're making their referrals more engaging, and their real estate agents have their own portal for tracking applications, making new referrals, uploading documentation like purchase and sale agreement. So there's an entire side of our business entirely geared towards centers of influence that our large brokerages use regularly.
And this is building almost like a better relationship between the mortgage broker and the real estate agent, because there is so many questions regarding applications. Where are you? And that's why a referral to the bank was preferred over a referral to a mortgage agent, based on the fact that there was no, everyone wants control over their business. And if you leave that control to somebody else, you automatically feel like you don't have that control anymore. And as a realtor, that can be scary if you miss any kind of COF and stuff like that. So this is a wonderful way to bridge that relationship, to kind of bind these two professions, which are, like you said before, hand in glove. But before, there's been a lot of animosity. And so I think that's a wonderful way to kind of organize that. So that's great.
Absolutely. And that's where we've seen the sort of two sides of the coin. The new brokerages are using us as a way to create new experiences for their customers, to bring those customers to them. Our large brokerages are using us as a way to solidify those relationships that they have established in the last 20 years.
Wonderful. That's great. That's great. I mean, I like what you said about the, the automate, if you don't have automation right now, if you don't have a way to kind of get these things done, that you guys are providing that. And I'll tell you right now, Andrew, I can guarantee you about 80%, and I'm not even being dramatic in that scenario, 80% of my brokers in GTA who have been established for a long time don't have that automation system set up. And I know that for a fact because we've worked with everybody and they have their ways of doing things. But I mean, the growth is there to take. And I mean, it's an option that you guys are providing. So the people who are hungry, who are watching this and who want to find that growth or feel that growth, and do not have that automation option, even if you do, I suggest highly that we take a look at what Andrew's offering as well too, because by you updating what your programs are and updating them, it takes a lot of time out of your day and a lot of time out of your schedules for building business, which Andrew has said is the main reason why they're here, to help you build that business and forget and release all the extras that you're taking on in order to lose some time. But yeah, this is a wonderful tool, Andrew, and I really do see such a great option for my brokers. And I'm going to be very, very much pushing this product towards them in the upcoming couple months to kind of get them started. Is there anything else you want to kind of leave us with, Andrew? I know it's always a quick session at Scott Talks, but you've got so much meat in this session already that the extra demos and stuff that will come on, people will have this amazing idea of what they're looking at going forward.
Yeah, and that's all I would leave people with is if something I've said has caught your interest or engaged you in a way that maybe you thought you wouldn't be, please feel free to reach out to Scott. We'll set up some demos and we'll show you everything that I just discussed in tangible form. You can
Awesome.
see our product, see our portal. If you have real estate relationships, you can see what they would receive. You'll get to see and feel everything that we've discussed today. And then from there, happy to take the conversation wherever you'd like.
Wonderful. Well, Andrew, thank you so much for coming on, guys. I just wanted to say, you know, this is a pre-recorded session because this is more for the information I wanted to get across, and I will be individually calling each of the brokerages that we have to kind of discuss this further. But I wanted to understand Andrew more. I wanted to see exactly what the feelings that I had about this product were actually true, and they were. And it's going to be a fantastic product moving forward. So, Andrew, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I really appreciate it, and we look forward to more of the demos coming up in the future. And guys, reach out to me, and I'll be happy to set everything up. So, thanks so much, Andrew, and we look forward to seeing you hopefully in person sometimes in the future. So, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Scott. Be well.
Okay, bye-bye.